Nothing makes a woman feel more like a girl than a man who sings like a boy.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey, Mickey! Hey!
Talking about 2012's Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect is all about Anna Kendrick as an emo chick who's a freshman in college that eventually winds up joining and running a cult of a cappella singers. This movie was just so good for so many reasons, and I will start by saying all the Breakfast Club and Skylar Astin and I are basically the same person in this film, and I'm so madly in love with his character. He's just perfect. Like, his entrance, every line he utters, it is just so wonderful. And then all the girls and the Bellas, the Varden Bellas, are so individual and wonderful and not your typical stereotypes, and they're all just so good. And then there's Adam Devine, and all the little cameos throughout this entire film just made it that much better for me. Like, the first time I saw it, when I saw Jason Jones, lost my mind. The way the movie moves along, and yeah, it's predictable, and it's a little weird, but it's just funny, and it's wonderful, and, you know, it definitely rang true to my experience as a freshman in college. Obviously, there was no happy ending because I didn't go back, but I totally get the whole you're in a group of people that are very dedicated to one specific thing, and you love that one specific thing a little more by the end of it. I mean, she started off not really caring much about singing. I started off really loving Harry Potter because this entire time I was obviously talking about our Harry Potter club. There was an incredible focus on Anna Kendrick's boobs in this movie, which I didn't really understand, but they were there. Skylar Astin is literally a dream man in that movie for me. It's just sad that no man could ever be him. I very much appreciate, as a diehard fan of the 80s, all of the 80s things in this movie. For example, I hated Easy A because of all the 80s things, but I loved this movie because of all the 80s things, because the jokes were presented in a different way, and I just thought this movie was funny and perfect, and that's really what made it for me. If it was poorly written, I would not have liked it as much as I did, but because it was such a dialogue-based film, and it was just so quick and witty, and all the characters were just so perfect in their delivery of their lines, and Rebel Wilson just literally makes any movie better whenever she is in it. It was like all the best elements of a musical and a comedy combined. If we had some science fiction in there, other than Benji's Star Wars obsession, which was totally fine by me, it would have been maybe my all-time favorite movie. Just the finale, like, literally brought me to tears the first time. I was with Maddie when we saw it in theaters, and she looks over at me and goes, "Are you crying?" And I said, it was just such a genuinely heartfelt homage to my main man, John Hughes, and I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not here to judge, yes I am, but Pitch Perfect was a great movie. It's eternally quotable. Rebel Wilson and Adam Devine are like my bro TV. All the characters have some genuine minor developments in the film. They grow. I personally resonate very hard with Anna Kendrick's character, because she's all sarcasm and a gun. Just kidding. But seriously, if she had a gun, this would just be Miss Congeniality. Am I wrong? I'm wrong. It was a fresh comedy. Because most comedies now just kind of suck. I mean, The Hangover Part 3, what the hell? But Pitch Perfect was just what I like to see. It gives me faith in the genre that I have lost so much faith in.
They had put a fart machine into my sleeping bag.